Welcome to Captains and Fake Premiums with Giordano and Shaq. Shaq, introduce yourself. You're one of the most popular members on the Cord. How long have you been playing Supercoach for?
I think 3 years. 3 or 4 years.
And you're the captaincy expert in the Cord, I believe. You seem to get it right every week.
Yeah, I'm okay, I guess. Not too bad. I think it's 134 so far, average, so it's not too bad.
I think you're underselling yourself there, but that's all right. And so you've kind of explained to us and taught us all about picking your captain. So what are the most important elements of picking a captain, like opponent, weather, all that? Do you want to quickly touch on that?
So I think the opponent is one. Weather and opponent are equal, so it's like I rate them both equally, and then third is venue.
And so, for example, if it's raining, what type of player do you look for then? Like an inside mid, a ruckman? What do you think? What's better?
So it depends. So if it's raining, you want Wits or Clary for Melbourne. So it depends what kind. But if it's like sunny, 29 degrees, 30, MCG, you want Nick Dacos. So
yeah. So we'll go over a few captain options now. So obviously on the screen we have the matchups for this week. So Marvel Stadium, probably they close the roof. Dogs versus Lions. Any interest in a bunt or a Dunkley under the roof?
Dunkley's okay. VC. He's an okay
bunt?
VC. No, I think Bulldogs are just in trouble. No, their coach, something's wrong at the club. I don't know what it is. So no, I will not be VCing Bont this week.
All right, and then the next game is Collingwood versus Richmond. Nick Dacos, any interest in captaining him? The weather report does say it's a decent chance to rain. Is that good for halfbacks?
I think it's not. So if it was a day game, I would have VC'd Dacos in that one. But I think his DE will go down a little bit if it's a bit dewy and wet. So that also you have to factor in as well.
Good point. So probably skip Dacos there. Hawthorn versus North. Not really much here. It's cloudy down in Tassie. Do you know if that's a small ground? I'm not even sure. Any idea?
I think that's one of the biggest grounds.
Biggest? Okay.
I actually like a player in here, but hopefully he doesn't play forward. I think Cecil is a good chance this week because I think North Melbourne are leaking points to defenders. So if he gets that free roll, he could do okay, I think, this week.
Probably VC only. Probably
VC
game out for C. Yeah. And then GWS versus Carlton in the rain. Tom Green,
Paddy Cripps options if you have them, certainly. Probably Cripps more than Green though.
Yeah, and then the Saints versus Essendon, probably no one in this game.
Maybe Sarah go.
That's been repeated about 50 times in the past 2 days. Port Adelaide versus the Crows. Maybe a Laird here?
Yeah, Laird's a good captain, but a cheeky VC is Connor Rosie this week.
Yeah, it's cloudy
generally
weather.
Does well against Adelaide, so he's one to watch this week.
Saw the CBAs drop a little bit for him last week, but I think they'll bounce back up. I think we saw him at the ground. He copped a bit of a head knock, but I think he's all right. Now, you're a Wits owner, where I'm a Donkey owner. Shrek I'm talking about. So I don't have the option to captain Wits here, but Gold Coast versus Geelong at Metricon, it is supposed to be wet. Is he your captain this week?
Oh yeah, he's my captain, 100% this week. I think Reece Stanley had something wrong with him at training or something. So
yeah, I did read that.
So I don't know. It could be a bloodbath there.
You did captain him in round 1 against Peter Laddams, and it was a bloodbath. Lucky he wasn't a better ratio because I think he had 130 DT. Could have been 180 Supercoach. Melbourne versus Sydney. I think this game is
Day game.
day. Yeah. Clary against Sydney. I'll check the weather.
I think it's hot.
Yeah. No, it's no rain, but I think it's 18 degrees. No rain for the whole day. No Clary, or what do you think?
I mean, the people that have him, you can certainly put him on, but I just think Sydney are very restrictive against all players. I feel like they dominate the Supercoach scores in general when they play. What they've played the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like captaining anyone against Sydney, to be honest. This year, I reckon that they're a good side.
Yeah, and then the
And
last
the weather
game.
doesn't help.
Now, this is a hot one, 25 degrees at the big old Optus Stadium. Shrek is playing BJ Williams. Is he a captain option?
Now, a lot of people are selling him before this game. I think it's insane how you sell him before this game, but I think he's my number one captain this week.
All right, so you got Sean Darcy at best captain. Number 2, would it be a Wits?
I think Laird is 2.
Okay.
And Wits is 3. But I don't have those 2, so I have to go with Wits, unfortunately.
And who's your VC then?
It'll be one of Connor Rosie or James Sicily. I think I'm going to go with this week.
I like it. I think that's good. I think Bont in a revenge game. There's all these old videos of Bont and Dunkley having a bromance and how they travel together and everything. And I think Bont's going to be fired up. So I think Bont will be my VC, and I think I'll take your advice on Laird as the C. I think I do like him. Another bounce back game. I think it'll be filthy still with that round 1. So that was great. Good captains. I think hopefully you can continue your run of 130 plus captains. Now, we need to touch on some fake premiums that you don't like at the moment. I think you don't like Doherty, you don't like Ridley. I think you're calling Darcy fake, but he's number 1 captain. Any players that you don't like you want to touch on and why we should get rid of them?
Yeah, Doherty's just I can't trade him this week. I'm trying to trade him, but I'm forced to hold him and bleed 40k next week. I don't like him. He's just Mitchell McGovern stealing intercepts, kick-ins, everything. And now, like, Cowan's playing and, like, I don't know. Like, last year they had, what's his name, Plowman? Or he was getting, like, 15 Supercoach. And now he's getting guys that are getting 70s and 80s. Like, there's too many points to go around. I can't see him going over 100, Doherty.
Pretty concerning. So you're thinking of selling next week?
Yeah, I think I will be selling this week. Next week, sorry.
And sorry, next week to who?
Scores. I don't care if he scores 120. I'm still selling.
All right. I'm going to be stubborn and hold. I've got Ridley as well. Ridley, do you think he's fake premium?
Well, now I've BZT out. You're in trouble there, Jules.
Yeah.
I think he's the fakest of all fake Premos.
Is it the role, do you think, or just because it's Ridley?
I think this pick has been so unlucky, but he's been a tease for like nearly 3 years now.
Yeah.
And you got Redmond, you got Hind coming into the side with 75 touches in VFL. And I don't know. I don't know. If he plays more accountable, there's a high possibility that his scores should go down. But he's got a good matchup this week. I'll give him that. He's got St Kilda. So
this week, I think may be a good one, but future, it's a bit concerning, especially with all those guys back there.
And especially if Hind gets a game, that's an immediate sell.
Yeah, that's not good, is it? And McGrath's doing good as well. He's he wants the ball a bit more, so really doesn't want it as much as the other boys. A bit concerning.
He's not averaging even that many disposals. What is he getting? 16, 17 touches, roughly?
Something like that. He barely touched the ball in the fourth quarter. I'll just get it up now. Last week he had 60 Dream Team, bloody hell, 18 disposals. Yeah, sharing kick-ins, 3 contested. Not great. We need a bit more from him. But I think I'll hold this week and then see if I can make any moves next week, but he won't drop too much cash. I think we can wrap up now. Any trade plan, any plays you're targeting over the next few weeks?
There's one that I really like, but I'm trying to fix my defense sort of thing because I think Dockett is a fake Premo, so he's going to bleed me some. I'm looking at McGovern is one. Jeremy McGovern. I'm looking at him.
No way.
I'm being serious.
He's unreliable, though. I watched him at the Crow. He's so inconsistent. One good game, 3 bad games.
He's playing for his contract, and he's been the best he's been for years. Taking a few kickouts, intercepting like a god. Ball's going to be always down there, and they play kick to kick. I can't see why he doesn't average 105. I can't see why he doesn't. And he's a good price, George. He's 500,000.
He's 330. Sorry, 340K.
No, Jeremy McGovern, not Mitch McGovern.
Oh, Mitch McGovern. Okay. Jeremy McGovern, yes. I actually don't mind him. They're still kicking it a lot down the back. I think they moved a bit quicker this week, but McGovern, he's better pick than Ridley, I think. I think in the first game he went off for a bit as well. We could have had another monster score. So
I think I was watching him. He was on 116. It was the third quarter, and they literally benched him for the whole last quarter. He did not play. I think he played like 5 minutes. He was on 116 for 3 quarters. That's alarm bells. I think he's scoring really well this year. He looks very fit, George.
I don't mind it. I think the durability risk too much to stress me out, I think, to trade into him. But he looks like he's in for a big year. We know, like a few years ago, best interceptor in the whole league. I'm just looking. Who else they play key defense? They got Barras is
the key. Hearn and him. So
he's still mostly key defender, but he just sags off, takes intercepts. He took 1 kick in, I think. Or 2, sorry, took 2 kick-ins. It's not too bad.
It's just avenues. I like players that have several avenues to scoring, like kick-ins, intercept marks. And Dockett is not getting any intercepts, which is a problem for his scoring, and 0 tackles last week. I just can't see how he sustains a 110 average or whatever he had last year. I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, I don't see 110 with all those defenders back there. But I think he might be good enough for D6. But should have gone a different 600k defender, but hopefully he can bounce back. I think we'll wrap it up there. So excellent captain's insight. VC Bond into Laird for me, but I do love the Rosie shout, and also Jared Witt's no Stanley in the wet at Metricon. That's pretty nasty matchup. I think we'll sign off there. So thank you for joining, Shaq.
Thanks for having me, George.
No worries.
And it was nice to be on the weekend, actually. We watched the Dacos show.
I think all week you were saying Nick Dacos, MCG, you can't not have him, and you were right. I think we saw a few boys sitting away from us, didn't have Dacos, and they had their head in their hands every time Dacos touched the ball. So it was, good to see you, and love watching Nick Dacos play. It was just a very fun experience. But we'll wrap it up there. And thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys. Maybe we'll do this again next week. I'll see how we go. But always welcome on the channel whenever you want, Shaq. But thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you guys next time.